Okay, so third video in the question the mun line of videos. Okay, so we left off with my favorite of the three games and my favorite missions. So now we're going to start off with still with Isis's questions because she sent me just an amazing amount of questions. So we're going to start off with do I prefer the SR1 or the SR2? Really, that's even, like, you even have to ask. I love Edie, so it's gotta be the SR2. Like, the Normandy is not the Normandy without Edie. I do use the SR1 model, sort of, for Desora's ship, because the Normandy, the SR1 anyway, is a combination of a Turian frigate and a human frigate. And it's really clear when you look at the designs for the Turian frigate and the human frigate that the Turian frigate, like, layout kind of won over the human one. So that like Desora's ship is a Turian frigate. You can see the similarities between her ship and the Normandy, despite the fact that Desora's ship is a much smaller drive core. Like, you know how in the Normandy the drive core takes up like 2 floors, 2 or 3 floors. Desora's takes up 1. Like, that's how much bigger the Normandy's is. Okay. Who did you have in your squad all of the time? I tended to switch people out, but honestly, I'm gonna admit I had Garrus in there more often than I probably should. I think the only people I really, like, tended to keep out of my party was either, probably, in ME1 it depended on who I was gonna kill. Like, if I was gonna kill Ashley, I tended to leave her out, just so I could wean myself off of using her. Or if I was gonna kill Caden, I'd leave him out, just so I wouldn't grow dependent on them, because then I would feel bad. And then plus I would lose out on half my strategy. And then in ME2, I think I kind of left out Miranda and Jacob a lot. Like, mostly because, like, all of their abilities I would have, because I love playing as a Sentinel, so I would have all of their abilities, and I would just be like, why am I even having you in my party? You don't bring anything, you're not funny. Like, being funny automatically gets you inside of my squad, because I'm just like, I need the dialogue. And in ME3, I think I left out Ashley more often than I really wanted to, just because, you know what, I can't even say why, I just did, and it's really sad, because I love Ashley as a character, but Caden was kind of useful in ME3, and Ashley was kind of like a different version of Garrus, and I was just like, why would I have her when I can have Garrus? You know, it was one of those things, and I would feel bad. Like, I always ended up feeling bad, because I'm like, I should bring Ashley with me. So there's that problem. Okay. Did you hang up or keep talking to the council? You know, as many times as I've played ME3, you know, playing it as a Paragon or a Renegade and everywhere in between, I gotta say, I tend to keep talking to the council, because I like hearing what they have to say, even the asshole Turian one. I like hearing what the different counselors have to say, and I think it's because I like hearing their perspective, because I tend to play the games, like, not from a human perspective, or like, I like playing the games trying to go into it learning more about how the aliens think. I don't know why, I just do. So I hardly ever, if ever, no, I don't think I ever hung up on them. Even when I was, like, going full on Renegade, I never hung up on them. Because you can still pick Renegade options without hanging up on them. You can be a complete dick. It's fun. What is your favorite part of role-playing? Honestly, the walls of text. I love all the writing. I love getting inside the head of characters, especially characters that aren't human, because I gotta tell you, in the Mass Effect canon universe, humans are just such assholes. They really are. Like, all the other aliens get such a bad rap, and I'm just like, no, humans are the worst. Because when you really think about it, we kind of bullied our way into a position that all the other aliens had to wait, like, thousands of years in order to get. Like, that's kind of a bullshit thing to do. Not to mention, like, when we first showed up, we were breaking the law, and the Turians come in to do their job and stop us from breaking the law, and we just... the council just kind of backhands them and is like, no. So, yeah, I think my favorite part of RPing is getting inside the character's heads. Okay. If you were placed in the Mass Effect universe, where would you be and what would you do? I think I'd like to be on the Citadel, just so I could attempt to seduce a Turian, even though I would probably fail spectacularly at it. I'm not Desora. I'm not one of those types of people who, would actively, like, start pursuing people in real life. I am much more submissive than that. Like, that's the only really way I can say it, is I get really super nervous around people I find attractive. So I would probably be myself only on the Citadel, like, still geeking out, like, just being geeky me. What first drew me to Mass Effect? Okay, if you guys haven't, heard of her, there's this artist on, DeviantArt called, Imo. She's on Tumblr too. I think her name is Momo Channers. She's got a webcomic out right now, and she's a professional artist, and she's really cool. And I just finished, or I was halfway through Dragon Age or something, and Origins, not 2. And I was scrolling through Dragon Age artwork on DeviantArt, and I found her because she had a lot of Dwarven Noble artwork, which is like my favorite origin story, and I got really excited about it, and I was looking through her artwork, and I found all these comics about Mass Effect, and I was like, what is this? And like the stuff about Garrus, and I was just like, why is this? Why is he so popular? Like, I must have spent 3 days going through Tumblr going, why is this character so like popular? Why do so many people want inside his pants? And it just kind of inspired me to go out and buy ME1 and ME2 at the same time, because they were both out. And I played the first 5 seconds of the game narrative, and I think I just absolutely fell in love, and that's how I got into ME. So you can blame Imo. Paragon or Renegade? I tend to do both. I'm gonna be honest, most of the time I go more Paragon. I can never be like fully one or the other. I'm never fully an asshole renegade, and I'm never fully a saint of a Paragon. I'm always like a little space in between, but I will like totally fill out the portions of it. I never have one that's not full, because you kind of need that for some dialogue options. I do tend to go more Paragon, and I do my my main shepherd, the one that like is like my favorite playthrough. She's definitely more Paragon than she is Renegade, but she has her Renegade moments. Like she will totally shoot people in the head. Femship or Maleship? I don't know. Like I said, I've played Mass Effect so many times, just so many times, and I played both as Maleship and Femship, and like I like them both. But I gotta say I like Jennifer Hale's voice acting a little more. I think it's just because it's a little more emotional than Guy Shep, which I can see why Guy Shep's a little less emotional, but I like that Jennifer Hale is slightly more emotional. And I like Jennifer Hale as a voice actor. Like, I find her in everything now. Like, did you know that she is the voice actress for Cinderella and Sophia the First? Like, I was just flipping through channels and I was like, wait, that Cinderella sounds really familiar. So Shepard is a Disney princess now in my head. And she's also in Brutal Legend. She plays one of the main characters, Ophelia, which I was just playing that today, and I'm like, Shepard, you're a total metal fan just like me, huzzah. Which is funny because Tim Curry's in that game too. Tim Curry's in everything. So I like Jennifer Hale, so that tends to be my motivation for playing more Femship than I do Maleship. And plus, I know this is weird, but I feel like Femship has more romance options than Maleship. I'm not sure if that's true. I just feel like it is. Or maybe I just like them better. I don't know. I tend to play Femship more. Although I like them both. Like, there's good things and bad things about them both, and I like them both. Okay, so that's the end of Isis's questions. And in the next one, hopefully the last video, we'll get to the last few questions, mostly one from Mana. Okay, so until next time.